All right, guys, it's good to have you. That was quite a confession, though. Hi, we always want to believe mostly our mothers are the angels. If there is any negative imagination, you would be tempted to imagine about daddy, but mommy cannot hide a fly. Who wants to take the first comment or contribution?
Miss Nancy, good evening.
Hi, my dear.
You see, this confession is somehow, I mean, I don't believe it. I don't believe that this woman will ever do that.
Yeah, it's good for you not to believe. It means that there is still purity in your soul.
A pastor's wife, so many years in ministry, you know.
Pastors' wives are human beings.
They're human beings.
They are women.
But, Miss Nancy, that shouldn't be an excuse that you are a human being. So if we, truly this finds out that this, what the son is saying
in fact,
is true.
it has been found out by DNA. So what the son is saying is true.
Then,
so
Miss Nancy,
complete
this
your
one
statement.
is a disgrace. Because how can you, like, I don't even understand. Maybe there's in the marriage there's something going on that's maybe
we probably don't know.
Absolutely. So I think she should come out and also let her voice to be heard.
Well, thank you. But in the meantime, there is a certified marriage educator, counselor, Reverend Mrs. Catherine. Mama Kathy, we all love to call her, looking fine and fabulous, joining us today. Girl is slaying on every sense. Hey! Oh, show Mama Kathy more love. Show her more love. Mama Kathy, please have your seat. And let's have a gentleman join us. He's as simple as his last name. Ladies and gentlemen, he is also a marriage counselor, a certified one at that matter. Reverend George Asa. Counselor, are you a rev also? Oh, you are a counselor, not a rev. Counselor doesn't want a reverend title. Counselor passing via. First of all, I love your shirt. It's beautiful.
Thank you, man.
And ma'am, you're looking fabulous.
Thank you very much, Miss
Plenty of life and color in your appearance. It's good to have both of you. I'm glad that for this very sensitive conversation, I have two mature individuals, a man and a woman, to help us have this conversation. DNA. Does DNA determine your relationship or who you are related to? Or we should just talk about family bonds and memories and time spent together and decide that that is what family is about, not necessarily DNA. Because by the close of this conversation, I know that a lot of people will be tempted to give a DNA a shot. And if it doesn't go their way, how do they handle it? So let's start with helping people understand what true family is. Is it only by blood or DNA, or family can be beyond that? My lady.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, Mama.
What a question. DNA is important.
It is.
But I don't think we should degenerate to a place where we doubt our sincerity and honesty with regards to paternity. Family is family. Yes, we may decide to enlarge it by incorporating other dynamics. But what God instituted was a relationship of close family members that were knitted by blood. And we can't redefine it just because we want to accommodate dysfunction. Okay, so let's leave family for what it is. And let's see how, through these conversations, can bring the society to a place where we are not exposed to the pain of realizing that we have to go through this. Because at the end of the day, it brings us to a place where a lot could be damaged, where you go out there and get a child and bring to the family that doesn't look characteristically by trait to either of you. And then you begin to question the dynamics. And let me also reiterate, please, these these programs should not serve as a means to making people run for DNA tests, because we may have much more than we can accommodate. Unfortunately,
so we are encouraging people not to go test it. Trust yourself and trust your partner. Believe that your children are your children.
It is best to just believe that people can adopt children. And so you save yourself and come to a place of saying, even if they are not mine, they are under my roof. Let's cater for them. And let's trust God that some of these things will not really be there. Because if we begin to awaken sleeping dogs, most times we hear people say that the only one who knows the paternity of the child is the mother. Unfortunately,
sometimes the mothers don't even know.
So that's correct. That's correct.
Sometimes the mothers themselves do not even know.
Because they do escapades that crisscrosses.
Yes.
It's a place, it's a conversation we shouldn't hold. But I think the society and the system are so collapsed, and we are holding these conversations.
We'd have to.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be so. And so as the conversation continues today, my prayer will be that the younger generation who may be pointing fingers will also pull their ears and correct their anomalies.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mama is saying that we should let sleeping dogs lie you. Mr. Asa?
Well, sometimes we can, but not always.
All the time.
The truth will always be told. A light will be thrown on all activities of human beings one day.
Yeah.
And so, and I believe your program is serving a very good purpose. If the light is thrown on the dishonesties at this particular age, it will save a lot of people from going to hell. Let me put it that way. Because when the truth comes out, it's good. It heals. It corrects the distortions in people's lives. There are a lot of distortions and dishonesty in the system. If yours has not come to light, then you may think that you are free, but you are not.
Safe.
You are not. You are not, because one day you account for your life, the story of your life. And so I'm not going to advocate for people rushing to go and test and make sure I could trust my wife or not.
This is a young man that was trying to tell his friend, who seems to think that looking at the job I do and the kind of responses that are coming, I didn't know that our mothers were that wicked. And this young one says that my mother is exceptional, she's godly, she's an osofumame, it can't ever be. And the girl says, let's put a bet on it.
Miss Nancy, you see, when we look at God and think He's a wonderful God, we just look at the, I won't say only the positive side, but what we presume to be good in life. But this is a wonderful God.
Isn't he?
How come He sent this guy to that hospital or
to befriend this young lady?
It was God working for a truth to come out, for others to learn. So when we say God is wonderful, these are His works. These are some of His works. And so it should continue. If
this wonder does not affect your life, you say God is wonderful.
I know.
But if this wonderfulness is going to separate families?
No, it's not going to. It will depend on how it is managed. It shouldn't affect the family bond. So we need to go through some processes, and the parties involved need to be mature enough to be able to manage it in a way that the bond will be kept. But God wanted...
You don't seem to agree with Councillor Asa that people are going to get out of this one alive and well.
I don't want to dispute what he's saying, but I'll simply say that it will be very difficult, because once this comes out, trust has been broken.
Yes.
And when trust is broken in a relationship, it takes quite a lot to be restored. And this trust is a remindable one, if there's any English like that. We are aware of these circumstances. They are real. They are happening in the system. It's there. I've read.
Yeah, we've been reading about it, but not Sofumame. Do you get it? If it's regular people, we are not really shocked. But this is a tongue-talking, spirit-filled women's leader, pastor's wife. Sometimes they even take up the mantle and the oils and they pray and set deliverance for other girls in promiscuity. Meanwhile, her own children are not for her husband.
Miss Nancy, as much as I'm not advocating for her, I believe that true Christianity brings a person to a place where you work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Indeed. And not
looking at others.
Not really. I know it's difficult to take this. Also, for Mommy is a human being.
Exactly.
The dynamics that pushed her into that, nobody knows. And that's why for the people who are Christians, Romans 14:4, read it for yourself. The Bible says, who are you to judge another man's servant? We've got to be very careful how we run into conclusions, as much as I'm not holding brief for her, because what she's done is wrong. But you know you can be a Sofumami without even knowing Christ.
Yes. Yes.
You know you can preach without. This is grace that God gives. And God will not jeopardize this grace, which He has poured upon you for thousands of other people just because of your foolishness. If I decide to be foolish, permit my words, He will not jeopardize the eternity of those who are linked to me.
Yes.
So grace will push me to achieving my calling. But at the end of the day, I am to tell myself, like Paul said, that at the end, I'll not be like one beating the air and be a castaway.
Yes.
That checkmates me.
Yes.
That I can be used and dumb.
Yes, by God.
But I've got to be able to come to a place where I make an intentional decision that I am not operating based on title, but I'm operating based on grace. So the Osofumami may have done this. I pray many more will not do this, because at the end of the day also it brings mockery to the name of Christ. But let's also be a bit, let's leave certain recourse to God. You know, it's unfair that it has happened.
This is heartbreaking. As a Christian girl, is unacceptable, because the expectations of people in leadership in church is so much. But what would push a woman in this status class? In Ghana currently, Osofumamis are even dare to be called First Lady, which I don't even get. They get titles by dint of their sexual partners, their husbands, so they have become First Ladies, which makes their husbands the presidents of the church, right? Okay, I'll put that one aside for another day. But there is prestige, there is honor in her state. What would cause her to do something that would, what's the word I want to use?
Dent the image of Christ.
Dent the image of God, the church, the prestige and status of society that she's attained. So
now, the young man sent the letter to us.
Yes.
And says the man is busy with his calling. He's always traveling. So I'll see inavailability, lack of availability of the husband to meet her emotional needs. But crucial to it is the lack of communication. Because at the end of the day, every marriage has its own issues.
Yes.
But it's through conversation and deep communication that you bring this to the fore. So I believe that their relationship, even though painted outside as looking very sanctimonious and all of that, lacks the communication where emotionally you can be naked and not be ashamed. Because she should have been able to say, okay, man of God, man body no be firewood, you know, as you are traveling. Please, it's affecting me here and there. But you see, there are some people who will be so overly concerned about their calling. Like some men of God that have come publicly, I won't mention any name, and said, I used to place God first in my life, second ministry, third family. But some of them have woken up to realizing that God is first, family second, ministry third. Until you are able to balance this equation, you may open somebody up to a lifestyle that is, and then probably when you want to converse during communication, you begin to be over spiritual to make your wife look like he's not even born again. He's attacking your ministry.
Woman. Every day you want sex. Every day you want, don't you pray?
It's not every day. He's not even there every day. But it's like you want sex too much. So he spiritualizes the needs, the emotional need. And the scripture is against it, 1 Corinthians 7. It says we should not deny ourselves, except for a short space of time, so that the devil will not tempt us. So balancing scriptures brings illumination to a couple, irrespective of their status, to knowing how to manage these inadequacies.
This is a good conversation happening here on Confessions. Mama Kathy is here with us tonight, and Counselor George Asa. We'll be right back. Please don't go away. Counselor, like Mama Kathy said before we went off, there are the spirit-filled, tongue-talking Christian prophets, pastors, priests, bishops that can go into a quenched. I know a pastor that went into a fast for 3 months. 3 months from December, January, February. Food he was not eating. So I know that he was not eating human beings as well. And he says he's building his spiritual capacity. And his wife may be a healthy, carnal woman as I. With our needs at least flowing that 5 days in the month, you will feel something in your body that you are a woman, absolutely. Say, balancing spirituality with carnality.
I'm not here to draw conclusions for suppose spiritual person who wants to fast for 3 months. Jesus himself fasted for only 40 days. So why should you go for 3 months?
Yes, so now we didn't, you know.
I don't know. I don't know what they want anyway. But there's an underlying factors to some of these effects. I'm looking at the situation as an effect of causes. You see, we are just looking at the woman. But what are the causes? Unless there is an investigation done to know that maybe her background wasn't good enough. Other than that, she was married.
Yes.
And people or human beings are made of 3 components.
Yeah.
Spirit, physical, and emotions.
Yes.
And so when you get married, especially your emotional component is activated.
Yes.
And the one who can meet that need is your spouse.
Yes.
So where is this man? The Bible says any man who is not able to take care of his family is worse than an unbeliever. And so what is the word of God? When your family, your wife needs you, God gave us 24 hours. And God wants us to manage everything we want to do within these 24 hours. So if you cannot manage your family life, your occupation, and in this case, as a pastor, as well as your physical needs, then I don't know the sort of man of God you are. With me, I can't judge, but I will say the pastor failed.
Yes.
He failed totally.
The man failed and caused this woman to fall.
He failed. You cannot go out there attending to people, helping people, assisting people to go to heaven, whilst your own family will be in need. I don't get it. 1 Peter 3:7 says, husbands, likewise dwell with your wives according to knowledge.
According to knowledge.
So that your prayers will not be hindered. You have fasted 90 days. Your wife is not happy. Where are your prayers? They don't go. They don't reach the ceiling. This is plain talk from the scriptures. Plain talk. No one needs interpretation to this. We don't need interpretation.
It's candidly put.
It's there. In reality, as we say, life and colored. Do I need to be told this? No. You shouldn't do that. Your wife is not, as Mama said, firewood. the body, the emotional needs of the woman has been activated, and she needs you.
And you are neglecting
Even
her.
if not sex, someone to comfort, someone to talk to, someone to give affection.
Thank you.
Someone
affection.
to give affection. So it is not all about spirit. We are both spiritual and physical beings. We are.
Thank you. Mama Kathy, do you know that some men of God, watching my show right now, they are criticizing why a Christian girl is talking about this and that and that and that and that, that every language of theirs is what we call Christianese. They are speaking the Bible, quoting scriptures all over the place. A real conversation, sensual conversation, communication is what Daddy mentioned, and I want to call our attention to it. The kind of conversation that fulfills the emotional need of his partner, compliments, sexual feedback in the bedroom. These are things that some couples don't do. All they do is he touches her, she turns over, receives it, and they turn back, and everyone goes to sleep. There is no conversation about, Daddy, will you hold my feet? Massage my feet with oil. Try, tickling my feet a little. And I do not know, some of the girls, they even claim that sometimes you can put the toes in your mouth. Is that true, Mama Gatti?
I have no idea.
Me too, I have no idea.
It can be done. It's part of sex. Sex.
Mama Gatti says she has no idea. Oga says it's part of sex, huh?
It's part, yeah. It's
you
part
see
of
the
sex.
quiet
We
men.
have
You see the quiet
we
men.
have the intercourse and intercourse. The penetration is intercourse. Intercourse is everything that surrounds other place.
Thank you. Thank you. Mama Kathy, how do we have such conversations? There is an Osofo Mame watching us, a Christian girl or guy watching us, worship and praise leader, who is claiming that his mouth that he uses to sing to the glory of God, he will not put it anywhere else.
Miss Nancy.
Mama Kathy.
This conversation is getting interesting.
It has to be. Tonight we have to be candid.
You see, it all boils down to knowledge. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. So when it comes to the marital union, unfortunately, most people enter into it based on the physiological changes in their bodies. Your physiology should not push you into marriage.
Yes.
Physiology means the things that, we know that. Okay, so when probably somebody is watching and is feeling offended because you are bringing carnal matters to debunk the spiritual importance, it's lack of knowledge. There is a place for each of these functions. There is a place. There has to be a place where you give attention to the woman or man you are married to, okay? We are spirit, soul, body. You can't malnourish your soul and expect your spirit to thrive. It doesn't work like that. Just as you feed your spirit, in marriage you're to feed your soul. And in marriage between a husband and a wife, you must please each other. Yes. The reason I say to you, I don't know whether to function, because every person's marriage is different, and what people look for in marriage sexually is different. So at the end of the day, we've got to come to a place where whether you're Sofu or Sofu Mami, whether you're Pope or Archbishop or evangelist or prophet, whatever category you find yourself, I believe that the greatest joy in God's heart will be that we meet each other's need emotionally, so that our prayers will not be hindered. So the man should make, no matter your title, by the grace of God, I'm equally ordained minister of God, but I will not use my ordination as punishment for my husband. I will not do that. Just as much as he shouldn't have used his own ordination if he were in ministry to also punish my position. The scripture abounds for us to be able to know how to do this. Because at the end of the day, if you're the kind of partner that maybe you hear this conversation, you tune off the television, I don't want to hear this, you need help. You sincerely need help. You need help.
Thank you. If you're watching us tonight and you're like, this young lady just loves to talk about sex, you need help. This is Confessions, brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, we'll be right back. welcome back. Tonight's confession is about a young man that finds out after he took a bet and checked his own DNA with his father and realizes that daddy is not my father. And now he doesn't know what to do with this information that he accidentally has found by himself. Counselor, back to our conversation. Let's talk about the importance of sexual compatibility in marriages. We're usually very interested in the social status. We are interested in the physical attraction. We are even interested in the spiritual. We are both Christians, you are both Muslims. And yet, we ignore the sexual compatibility, thinking that he's a man and I'm a woman, whatever it is, we'll be having intimacy.
We need to learn sex. We need to learn how to do sex. We also need to appreciate that the Bible does not frown on sex. If I should tell you the original language used as male, female in Genesis 1, you'll be shocked. Yeah. In Genesis 1:27, the male is Zaka. And Zaka in the Hebrew is the piercer. The Zaka is the piercer. And the woman is the pierce, which is Nekeba. The Hebrew for the female is Nekeba. And that is the pierced. And the man, which is Zaka, is the piercer. So what is God telling us?
We're supposed to be piercing.
Piercing.
All
someone must
place.
be at the receiving end. And someone
must
should
be
given. So what are we talking about? This thing must be discussed even on the pulpit. If we are going to details, what I do is, when it is detailed, then we have a closed session with only married. But when people come through premarital counseling, I take them through the process.
Why is it only done during counseling? Just as our pastors and fathers would talk about the month of grace, we are discussing grace, we're discussing faith, we're discussing wisdom. Why can't we have the month of sex when nothing has happened? Why do we only talk about sex during counseling?
No, I talked about it always. I talk about it. When you bring your program to me and you bring the topics, I will tell you, what about this? Why can't we discuss sex as well? Because people are suffering, and especially church leaders and their wives. It is not only the suffermames. The suffer too are suffering.
Oh, yes.
Some of their wives are
more spiritual than the Pope.
Exactly. and I'm in the spirit, and you wait, no, I'm fasting. Anytime the suffer...
It is not nice, that's why. If he was hitting and hitting it well, and she's getting starting from the crown of her head to the soles of her feet, shaking all over, would she be making excuses?
We teach. You see, sex itself has sexual act has 4 phases. And when any of the 4 phases is upset, there is a sexual dysfunction in the relationship. Phase 1 is arousal. Phase 2 is plateau. Phase 3 is orgasm. Phase 4 is resolution. If any of these, or 2 or more of these are missing, then there's sexual dysfunction in the marriage relationship.
Have you seen that what you people have been doing? You've not been doing anything.
So you must get all the 4 right. You must get all the 4
before it becomes
functional.
I mentioned communication. The marriage itself has an issue, the issue of connection. You know, so at the end of the day, we are not apportioning blames, but I believe that people should learn from this, not to open up marriages. You see, there's something called childhood dysfunction. Sometimes an early exposure, that's it. You see, there are ladies that had exposed themselves to too much sex, and then he marries a man that is not given to so much of it. And so there's comparative analysis. And that comparative analysis pushes her or even him to many more other people. But I think primarily we should be able to place value on the relationship we have with Christ and allow that to help us seek for help. Whether you were openly doing the thing so much that you can't control yourself, or you are caged in that you can't communicate. Whatever the case is, the marital union should be able to put pressure on them to find out what works so that this kind of a thing would not happen. But not to this woman, because she's finished having her children. Whatever we are saying here is for another family. This one has finished. The real issue for me in this conversation is, should this young man open up the can of worms to the father?
Yes, that is what we would come to when we're wrapping up. What should this young man do with this information? But before we get to the wrapping up, we need to have the conversation where it gets educated for people that are about to get into marriages and those that are already in the marriages. Like we keep saying, my father, my father. A person that you're not blood related to, can you call your father? You know, it's become almost a jargon. My spiritual son, my spiritual father. Can we say father like that? Use it loosely like that?
Well, he can be called a father because he's taking care of them since their infancy. And so he qualifies to be their father. Maybe biologically, that isn't accurate. And so that cannot deny him from being a father since he's been taking care of them. But you see, Miss Nancy, I'm looking at the story itself, and you realize that the gentleman spoke for the mom somehow.
Yeah.
That my dad was always out there. And I saw a man sneaking in and out from time to time when I was a child. That is the story. That is the summary of the story.
So apparently it could be that same man that said all the 4 children.
Exactly. And then the father was irresponsible towards the wife.
He must have been a great father, but a terrible husband.
Terrible husband. Terrible
Mama Kathy,
husband.
can we
There's
discuss
difference. They
that?
are not the same.
Great husbands, terrible fathers.
Yes.
Great fathers, terrible husbands.
You see, I post that out most often to men, or to children, sorry. I say, would you say your father was a great husband or a great father? And you hear most children say, my father is a great father. But from all indication, daddy is not such a great husband. Yeah. And that's a dysfunction. When a child, because there is no school, there is no course in school that teaches people marriage. Their only role models is their fathers. So it's expedient that we begin to rally conversations around not just fatherhood, but husbandhood, if there is any word like that.
Oh, we just created it, my dear.
Because at the end of the day, when you are a good husband, you naturally, without any stress, have taught your son how to be a husband. And that is what the society needs, and vice versa. So we need a situation where, I asked this question, I won't mention the person's name, but it's one of the persons in media, and I had just come out from my radio show, and I met him, and I said, would you say your father was a great husband or a great wife, a great father? He thought and said, Mama Kathy, where is that coming from? And then he said, oh my God, it just dawned on me, my father was a great father. But I don't think he was a great husband. And he says, I think I am like my father. I must go back home and become a great husband.
Now, if you're watching us tonight and you're a man, you're a masculine man, ask yourself, how am I doing as a father? And how am I doing as a husband? Most of us, we never saw our fathers hug our mothers.
That's the word.
Kiss them, pat them at the back. How does our traditional makeup of a man conflict with the husbanding, the tender loving care of the husbands? Because it looks like Ghanaian men.
African men.
African men.
Yeah.
Or they are not supposed to be.
Oh, no, why not?
Counselor,
we learn. No,
you
we
are
learn.
in this chair for all the brotherhood.
Yeah.
You have to do them well. They are depending on
some
you
of
tonight.
us, I didn't know how to do it, but I've learned how to do it. So,
what didn't you know how to do? So that the
because of
brother
the
watching can, what
yeah.
didn't you know how to do? So those watching can relate.
Yeah, that our traditional setup will not allow you to do that in public. And so, but as you grow, you learn new things. And then the other causes for such things, temperamental differences can also cause this. Some temperaments will not want, they will want you to keep your hands off them, some temperaments. So they will not want it in public, not because of culture or tradition. But some temperaments. Yeah, they are temperaments. Other temperaments will love, hug, and they will do everything to, they just put it on. So the causes are not just one, but I think the traditional one is predominant in our setup as Africans. I can say that is the effect. that one is affected.
Come to think of it, my mom lived abroad most of her life. Yeah. And whenever she visited me in secondary school, before she leaves, she will hug and be kissing my face and all of that. And it made me feel embarrassed because when she leaves, my schoolmates will laugh at me. Yeah. So I devised a strategy that when it was almost time for, I would take my things that I'm going to put it in the dormitory. By the time I come, they've sent them away. So I'm spared all the hugging. And now, oh, how I wish she could give me more. You can learn to touch your woman. Oh, yes, but now I'm the one giving it.
Exactly. Oh, when you learn, you give it. I'm
giving it out like confetti, throwing it kisses about like confetti. And that is me. This is Confessions on TV3. We'll be right back. This is Confessions. You are welcome back. We're almost wrapping up this conversation tonight. Michael.
Miss Nancy.
Everybody would actually believe you are called Michael Jackson, you know?
Seriously.
It's a sense of style.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Nancy, from the way the young man was challenging the lab technician in the being that the mother is holy, all of that, yeah. So I think that means there's a kind of relationship he has with the mother. So he should just gather the courage and go to the mother, confront her. Because maybe there could be deeper secret that they don't know. Because some families, they may opt for adoption. Or you may be giving birth through surrogacy. Or maybe the midwife switched the babies. How would you know about that too? So I think he should go to the mother and do some deep research before concluding.
Let us believe that some deep researchers will do as well. But if it turns out that the mother actually sinned, let us prep the mind of this young man. The mom may have sinned, but she was dishonest and unfaithful to her husband, not to you, the child. How do you handle this relationship? And Mama Kathy, this is a challenge all over Ghana, where fathers leave the women and the children naturally become antagonistic because their father left their mother. The father did not leave them. Mother leaves the husband, and the children decide to be antagonistic. Relationship with your parents, between the two of them, is different from their relationship with you because you are actually their blood. How do we deal with situations like this?
We go back, Miss Nancy, we go back to how it was meant to be from the beginning. Parent-child relationship. Honor your father and your mother.
Thank you.
Honor is respect, deep respect, reverence, value. Whatever your parents do, you are not entitled to becoming their judge. You don't take sides. You honor them. God doesn't give a child the right to confront, insult. Example, Genesis chapter 9, the story of Noah. They have come out of the ark. He's a husbandman. He grows a vineyard, gets drunk in the process.
Yeah.
The second son comes in and sees his nakedness, goes out to tell the brothers. He's cursed. His generation is cursed. The other two brothers come with clothes, backing the father and covering his nakedness. That is very instructional, very, very instrumental to gaining knowledge. As a child, even this young man involved,
He has no business judging his mother.
As much as lies within, he should leave the parent to sort out their problems. Don't ever think you are justified to challenge your parent in a disrespectful manner, because at the end of the day, the only injunction for children is honoring the parent. It doesn't mean you can't confront them. It doesn't mean you can't talk to them, but diplomatically put things straight. But challenging and casting insinuations and all of that is not permitted. Honor is the primary thing. Even if, like the instance you're citing, where the father probably left because the mother took the children away, and now your mother labored to raise you alone, and the father comes in. I always tell young people, even those who are good, no matter the story you have inherited from the side of the parent that was cordial to you, don't withdraw good from the other side, because at the end of the day, we are limited by what we know.
Children, honor your parents. Sir, this young man has just found out, probably, that his mother could be the worst person. Something he never thought she could do. He actually finds out that she has been doing. How does he relate to his mother going forward?
You will need to be taken through a process. He himself will need healing and direction from a professional, either a counselor or a psychologist first. The spiritual side can be, I mean, if he should get in touch with a good psychologist and counselor, he or she may refer him to the pastor or whatever for the spiritual aspect. But this thing has come to light, and he will need to confront it respectfully, not casting insinuations and passing judgments with disrespect and other things. No. And that's why we need someone to guide him, take him through the process so that he will get the healing first, and then move on to handle the mom. He shouldn't go to the father now. The professional counselor will help him go through the process step by step. It is not going to be an event. It should be a process with extra caution.
And I love the fact that you said professional counselors. Yeah. Sometimes when we go to the church counselors, they get spiritual, they become assistants and deputies of God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and they want to judge people. And before you know, the information you are sharing with them that's supposed to be a secret is all over the church.
Because the ethics of the job is not known. And I am a reverend. I am not acting based on that. I needed to school and get professional certification.
Exactly.
Because the counseling you do,
there is a process.
Your license could be withdrawn.
There is a process you need to be able, in order to prevent something that is bigger than whatever was brought to the table. So he needs inner healing. He needs ability to be taken through where he can, be forgiven, because patterns are normally repeated. He may be angry. Until you get into marriage, you don't know what marriage is. When you stand out, you judge. But when you get in, the reality hits you, you may repeat the pattern. So it has to be
don't
helped.
cut you, but a gentleman, said, when I was young, I thought my dad was the most foolish person. But I grew up and then realized that I'm more foolish. I'm worse than him. I'm sorry, you can continue.
But that is so true.
I grew up.
What you hate is what you become until you are healed of the trauma that caused you to be hurt by what you were hurt. And so it's high time that we look for professional help. And the greatest is if the professional has the fear of God. That is an added advantage. Because life is bigger than what we see.
So not just a professional, a godly professional.
Or faith-based.
Faith-based counselor.
Yes.
Faith-based.
Whichever faith you belong to, get someone who has the knowledge. Mama Kathy, I know that you are beyond confessions. You are out there doing amazing things to help couples and people that are getting ready to get married. Is there anything happening soon?
Yes, there is something happening soon, and I'm excited about these conversations we are having. About 9 months ago, we started something we call the breakfast show.
Okay.
The breakfast club, purely for the married. Because, until you know another person's story, you may think you are the only one suffering in marriage. But the community helps build structure.
Yes.
So we do something that we openly discuss things. And this time around, on August 16th, breakfast show starts from 8:30 to 12:30.
On the 16th
On
of
the
August.
16th of August. Okay,
Where is it being held?
Our permanent site, a secretariat at Chadu.
Okay.
The number will be given out here. If you don't mind.
Yes, please, go ahead. Give
yes,
your number
you
out.
can call the number for direction 0501 289955. 0501 289955. It's strictly for couples, and we are looking at acquiring skills for marriage. Because everybody, a carpenter, acquires skills to be able to practice. Every person, you can't, practice medicine until you're taken through the tutelage.
Of course.
But so many people think that you can just jump into marriage and it's all about sex. They come in there, it's not only sex. The dynamics is completely different. So we are looking at skills to acquire to make marriage attractive.
And it will be lovely to see your husband and yourself sit down, acquire these skills to make your union a great one. That's wonderful. Councillor Asa, we're wrapping up the show. For the young man in this situation going forward, are we going to the mom straight away?
No.
We're using a counselor like you suggested?
Yeah.
And what else?
And he should also calm down. He should be able to manage his emotions now.
Yes.
Because he's a young person. And that's why we need a counselor. The counselor will take him through this, and then it will be resolved. It could even be that the man will accept his weaknesses, and then...
It could even be that the man knows.
Yes.
And had an agreement with the wife that we will still have a family.
Yes.
The issues of people's lives, you have no idea.
Yeah, it's true.
A man of God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
Will
knows
sell
that?
the wife out. Is it Prophet Hosea?
Well, it was in the Bible, right? Who was
only
asked to
one
marry
person.
a prostitute?
Only one person.
Yeah, but there was the one person. This one could be it, right? All right, people, we're bringing to a close another great episode of Confessions. And tonight, for me, the take home is that children, if your parents are having challenges with each other, they are not having challenges with you. Stay away from it. All you're supposed to do is honor your parents in the Lord. That is exactly what the Bible says. And so when your dad is cheating on your mom is cheating on your mom and not cheating on you. The only time you have a voice is when he's doing something that physically affects you. You do not know and understand them. You do not know about their journeys. Stay away from. Do not allow your father or your mother to use you against another parent. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that will bear the consequences. People, this has been another great experience of Confessions, hasn't it? Yes. We are grateful to MTN Ghana for always giving us the support to come your way every Friday, 9 p.m. with Confessions. And thank you, my lady, Madam Kathy, Mrs. Kathy, Mama Kathy, everybody loves her. And Councillor Asa, it's been a good one. Good night and God bless us all. Mwah.